It is July 6th, which means it is the very first Sunday of the month. And something that we do in my church on the first Sunday of the month is we have something called testimony meeting. Now, you may not have ever heard of what a testimony is. I know it's an unfamiliar word for a lot of people, but basically it's a statement of belief related to something religious, some related to your faith in some way. So different members of the congregation, instead of there being a set speaker at church, different members of the congregation are able to come up and talk about what they believe in. They're not chosen beforehand. They're just able to go up as they feel prompted or as they feel pulled to do so. So kind of my statement of belief today is I wanted to talk a little bit about prayer. Now, prayer is something I've always believed in. I know that God hears our prayers and that He answers them. Sometimes in His timing and sometimes not as quickly as we want, but He still answers them. But I had an experience with Him answering a prayer that I am actually kind of shocked that He did. You'll notice my hair is different from pictures that you've seen before. A couple weeks ago, I got braids in my hair. After getting them within about, moved the thing. After getting them within about a day, my head felt like it was on fire. It was just hurting like crazy. I couldn't tell if the braids were too tight. My scalp was really tender to touch, and I couldn't sleep. When I was at work, I just felt like I needed to be going like this or something. Like it was bad. To the point where I didn't know what to do. I asked my sister who has had braids before, and she said, yeah, it'll definitely be tight for the first couple days, but then you just need to relax and then everything should be fine. But it didn't go like that for me. So I don't know. I know this sounds ridiculous, but I was thinking, am I allergic to the extensions? Like they put in extensions. Am I allergic to the extensions? Was this something I shouldn't have done? What do I do? Finally, one night when I was just up late with a fan blowing on my head, I was thinking what else can I do besides pray? I've Googled everything. There's nothing that talks about what I'm feeling. What do I do? So I said a prayer. I said, Heavenly Father, please help me to understand why my head is burning like this and help me to find some relief. Help me to know what to do. Then I went to sleep. Then the next morning when I was kind of saying my prayer before I leave for work, I asked the same thing. Of course, I asked to bless my family and asked for help during the day, but I asked again about my hair. While I was teaching, I'm a corporate trainer, so while I was teaching the following day, a thought came into my mind just about my hair. So I'm telling them, okay, so this is how you do the sales process and blah, blah, blah. And then this thought came into my mind. Right after you got your hair done, you went fishing and you were in the hot sun all day. And then I started to think about, well, where's my head really hurting? Like, where's my hair really struggling? And it was on the different areas that were exposed to the sun. And it was like this light bulb went off in my mind. Your scalp is sunburned. That's why all the websites are talking about. Itching and how to help itching, and that's not working for you. Because it's not that the braids are too tight or that you're unused to it or whatever. It's that you literally sunburned your scalp. And this thought came from nowhere. And I believe that was just inspiration from God. It's crazy to me that someone that I believe to be a supreme being over all of the world, over all of the universe, over everything, will take time to help me understand just a little thing that is hurting me, a little thing that is keeping me up at night, that's making me worry, that's causing me stress. And I know that sounds crazy, but I really believe it, and I'm so grateful for that. So that's my little testimony about prayer. Thank you for listening to the whole story. My question for you today is, what is your testimony? Or what do you believe? Are there any stories that you've had recently that have strengthened your belief in God or strengthened your love for your family? Feel free to share that in the comments section, and I hope you'll join us for our next video. Thank you.